Weirdcore. How does someone explain it? A simple weirdcore image gives you so many questions. What is its purpose? Where is this place? What is this place? What are these eyes that appear so many times in the images? Why does it exist? What does it mean? Is it a dream? Well, all those questions do not have an answer, which is the whole point. If you have come across a weirdcore image, you probably get that feeling. I don't even have to explain the feeling, you know what I mean. The nostalgic feeling, the creeped out feeling, so many emotions at once, but why? In today's video, we will go through an iceberg that has a lot of weirdcore images. My name is Little Spook. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe. Without any further ado, let's dive into this weirdcore iceberg. Beautiful weirdcore image. Why are you so convinced that what you are isn't good enough? What does this mean? A thing we humans tend to do is complain about ourselves, point out all the negative stuff about us, our insecurities. But what convinced us that? We don't really know. Why are we convinced that we aren't good, and why is that reason bad? The image displays a low quality kitchen with what looks like a decaying hand with a heart in it and that eye that we see all the time in these images. The image is so unique and surreal, we have never seen anything like this. The kitchen gives us a nostalgic feeling and the creature looks so different. It doesn't belong in this kitchen. Why is it there? Horrible weirdcore image. We see these colorful balloons with smiley faces like a birthday party you've thrown or been at when you were younger. The image itself gives off a happy impression, but it seems so off with the text. Such a horrible event is about to happen. What is this event and why is it connected with the happy balloons? The threatening text and the happy image gives off such a creepy vibe, but you cannot really pinpoint what you're feeling. Disturbing, to say the least. Nimbasacore. Nimbasacore is a song by Plasterbrain. It is a fast tempo song off the bat, with drums that sounds almost like jungle drums, and a memorable melody that sounds like a xylophone. The vocals are so fitting into the song that you cannot tell what they're saying. The easiest thing to point out is them saying, "I want your body," which can be taken in a romantic way and also a creepy way. The song itself gives a happy vibe. Personally, I really like this song and I heard it about maybe 2 years ago, but I didn't really know the name, so I'm happy that I found it. Yume Nikki soundtrack. Yume Nikki is an RPG game released in 2004. Its soundtrack is filled with creepy tracks like Block World, which is 2 notes with a bell-like sound played over and over again, giving off a stressing sound. It immediately switches up with the next track titled Dark World, which is these soulful synth chords that sounds angelic. The tracks in the soundtrack goes from holy synths to creepy ambience, or a mixture between both. "647. 647 is a song by Aidan Peterson. I'm so sure you have heard this before with its iconic start. It starts with a piano key playing over and over again till we get angelic chords and what it sounds like 2 drumsticks smacking together as drums. The vocals are intelligible, but that makes the song better since it's so mysterious and beautiful. Surreal, uncanny, or ominous texts. The quote-unquote formula for a basic weirdcore image is a nostalgic and peaceful image with scary, threatening text, removing the peaceful vibe and making it sort of fit into the uncanny feeling. Weirdcore music. We've already covered some weirdcore songs, and if you've heard them, you know what the music sounds like. The beautiful chords and piano melodies give off a lonely, creepy, and peaceful vibe. They almost give like a sort of feeling of safety, but also danger. The synths sounds like they are from the 90s, and melodies sometimes sound like they would be something you would hear in an old NES game. That's why they are so memorable. Fallen Down. Do I even need to introduce Undertale? Developer Toby Fox created a retro game Undertale with multiple memorable songs in its soundtrack. Spider Dance, Megalovania, and Death by Glamour are just a few. One track that gives us this weirdcore vibe that we talked about, Fallen Down. You've heard it, I've heard it, it's everywhere. The melody, the harmony, it all just fits. It sounds just like a weirdcore song. Happy, creepy, the retro-styled bass, so many emotions all at once. Just like a weirdcore song in general. I love you, weirdcore image. One thing weirdcore images often share similarly is its randomness. Like this classic picture of a woman holding two rats with the text I love you at the top and bottom of the screen. It is pink glitter all around that gives off a 90s anime vibe like Sailor Moon. Weirdcore Tumblr. On Tumblr, you can find countless images of weirdcore. Nothing much else to say other than a great place, if not the best place, to locate weirdcore images. Yume Nikki. We've already covered its soundtrack and what it is. If you've seen weirdcore and played Yume Nikki, you see a lot of similarities in the creatures and the areas you explore. r/weirdcore. r/weirdcore is a subreddit where you can submit your own weirdcore images and see others. Nice Boys. Nice Boys is a song by Temporex. It starts off with heavy kicking bass drums with the classic synth. The best way to describe it is try to think what glitter and sparkles sound like, and there you have it. The vocals give off beautiful harmony and melt with the song perfectly. The simple drums make the song even better. Jack Stauber. Oh, this one is iconic. Jack Stauber is a musician that creates music that sounds like it comes from the 90s. The elevated music sounding synths and VHS vibes. It sounds happy, but it gets interrupted with creepy clay animations. You have probably heard his music before, like Baby Hotline, and if you haven't, you should definitely give it a listen. Dreamcore. Dreamcore and weirdcore share a lot of similarities. They seem the same, but they aren't. And trust me, I've been in the liminal space Dreamcore and weirdcore game for a while, so just trust me. Dreamcore often are very colorful with its pastel colors and doesn't really include the weird creatures that weirdcore has. You know what I mean. The song you've heard millions of times on TikTok. You Know What I Mean by Yacht Club is an indie song. I saw a comment that described the song perfectly, and Dylan Critter 7331 says, "This song feels like heaven, but hurts like hell, judging by its beautiful sound, but depressing lyrics." Liminal spaces. Yes, my favorite. Liminal space aesthetics focus on empty, transitional areas like deserted malls, vacant parking lots, or school hallways during summer. These spaces, often featuring late 20th to early 21st century architecture, evoke a sense of unease and familiarity. Where the Sun Go. This image was uploaded to Reddit, which displays a house with the sky poorly edited in black. What makes this image the most weird is that how the lighting is like it's a day, but the sky is black, and it doesn't really make sense. TikTok weirdcore video compilations. These aren't so popular anymore, but most of these compilations of weirdcore images are creepy backrooms like lore, but some are just like analog horror like, I guess, if that's how you want to put it. Anemoia. Anemoia is a deep emotional state where someone feels nostalgic for experiences they've never had. This can include feeling attached to the past era, place, or time period they never lived through, like being nostalgic for the Renaissance or longing for the good old days they never experienced. This is the exact feeling that we feel whenever we see a Weirdcore, Liminal Space, or Dreamcore image. KK Parade. This track is almost iconic, if not iconic. It appears in many Animal Crossing games. It has a happy sound with crunchy bass synth and goofy drums. It sounds so weird that the creepy vibe is there, but the happier vibe is in the lead here. Black boxes / circles. A lot of the time there's these black holes that cover up certain parts of the image. This lets the person who sees the image decide what is behind the black cover up. Kidcore. Kidcore is an aesthetic focused on bright colors and the nostalgia for 90s childhood icons. While influenced by 70s to 2000 styles, it became popular in the 2010s, inspired by J-fashion like Decora, but with more emphasis on childhood themes. The Weirdcore Discord, the official Discord server for Weirdcore. Pick Crew Weirdcore and Dreamcore OC creators. Creators on Pick Crew are making Weirdcore and Dreamcore art, but it's not actually Weirdcore. I know these entries are getting kinda short, but I promise guys, I'm doing my research, I promise.
You ain't got the answers, man! You ain't got the answers! You ain't got the answers! You ain't got the...
Oddcore and Strangecore. Oddcore and Strangecore are just other names to Weirdcore. Traumacore. Traumacore is an aesthetic that combines themes of abuse and trauma, often from childhood, with cute visuals to create bittersweet tragedy feel. It frequently features images like Hello Kitty or cakes overlapped with dark messages. While some argue it's not truly an aesthetic, many see it as a form of art therapy or visual journaling to cope with the past trauma. Repeating text. These are maybe the most common things in Weirdcore. Many repeating texts indicating thoughts, and they are spread around the image. Dreamcore and Weirdcore misconception. Weirdcore and Dreamcore are closely related, with Dreamcore often seen as a subgenre of Weirdcore. Weirdcore highlights the eerie and absurd aspect of reality, while Dreamcore offers an escape into nostalgic, comforting memories. Other related subgenres include Fever Dream and Nightmarecore, though people sometimes mistakenly include Vaporwave due to its retro style. All these aesthetics share a common use of early internet visuals, like VHS tapes and 2000s computer screens, to evoke childhood memories. LSD Dream Emulator. LSD Dream Emulator is a 1998 PlayStation game by Amsic Ace Entertainment, where players explore surreal environments with no set objectives. Touching anything in the game shifts them into a new setting. Created by Japanese artist Osamu Sato, who saw the PlayStation as a medium for contemporary art. The game is inspired by a dream diary kept by an Amsic Ace employee. Initially released only in Japan with a limited run, LSD gained a cult status years later due to its eccentricity, becoming popular on gaming forums and Let's Play videos. Elkip. Elkip is a Tumblr user who makes Weirdcore images and videos. And I'm not gonna lie, I have to give them some credit for the cool profile design. Greetings from Cornhenge. If you've seen Weirdcore videos on YouTube, this game is basically that in video game form. More of a short experience than a traditional game. When playing the game, you get a Weirdcore image with 2 options or more. Upon clicking one of the choices, you get sent to another image with even more choices, and clicking around leads you to different endings. Cutecore. Cutecore or cute gore is an online aesthetic that mixes quote-unquote kawaii imagery with hints of gore, like characters with wounds, blood and glitches, or cute bedrooms with bloodstains and dark figures. The name Cutecore was chosen to avoid social media shadow bans related to the word gore, though it's often confused with pure kawaii.
I ain't reading all that.
By now you're probably already familiar with the backrooms, the many levels with different monsters and creatures. When you eventually come across this level with all of these numbers, you have hit level Dreamcore, with the description saying, "We welcome you to a suburban village that was made in 1814. We are proud to welcome you to your past family members. This level is a 64-bit integer limit plus 4 on a computer. Please don't go too far and far. Have fun here." The description itself gives off the questionable and curious feeling. Why shouldn't we go too far? What lies in this level? Pure Dragon. Another Weirdcore image maker. Destruction 1999X. There are a lot of Weirdcore makers here and it's gonna be repetitive, but this one is honestly one of my favorites. This image to me gives me nostalgic vibes and just a good feeling overall. And this is just one of the cool images they have made, so make sure to go check them out. Eyes. This one should have been higher. The eyes are almost in every single Weirdcore image there is, and when I think about Weirdcore, the eyes are the first thing that comes to my mind. If you think about it, they fit perfectly into Weirdcore. Just take any sort of nostalgic picture ever and then add this eye with wings behind it and boom, you have a perfect Weirdcore image with nostalgia and peacefulness and the creepy feeling of being watched. Unintentional Weirdcore. Believe it or not, Weirdcore has been around since 2010, but it was unintentional and the name Weirdcore didn't even exist. This could just be anyone taking a picture and just happened to give off that Weirdcore feeling. The first ever Weirdcore edit. This is the very first Weirdcore image. We can see that there is smoke coming from a city, possibly caused by some accident. Then we have this confusing text saying, "I went to heaven and came back," completely unrelated to the image. Smile for me, the apartment. Another piece of music. Now this doesn't sound Weirdcore, it doesn't really fit into the classic Weirdcore style. While it still has some of the Weirdcore vibes into it, it is not enough. The best way to describe it is some pause menu music that would be heard in a Nintendo 64 game like Mario or Donkey Kong. Still really good though, just not Weirdcore. Are you real? This type of text can be seen in many Weirdcore images. I've even shown some before. Just like the eyes being a recurring thing, this is the same thing. This question about lives scattered all over the screen is one of the more common elements in a Weirdcore image. 3K0O_X. This is a YouTube user who makes Weirdcore videos. All of their videos are titled Images 1 all the way up to Images 18, except for one named live.mp4. Definitely a YouTube user you should check out.
Matcha latte rouge.
This is a French YouTube user who uploads videos similar to Weirdcore. Most of them have VHS vibes and some are just ambient music. Lincoln Shark Tumblr. This is the creator of the Iceberg's Tumblr and they make Weirdcore images as well, so go and check them out if you want.